Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Primetime Wrestling. I'm your host, JWR.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Miss Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 239 pounds, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I am your host, JWR, and I want to welcome you all here to this special presentation of Primetime Wrestling. We do apologize for changing the format this week, but due to some storms from Mother Nature, we had to adapt and overcome. Our normal time slot Monday night, we weren't able to broadcast, so we are here with you live on this Wednesday morning, bringing you the special go-home show right before the King of the Ring, and we're kicking things off with the Intercontinental Champion in action. And he's going up against the IRS.
Syracuse, New York, weighing in at 248 pounds, IRS.
Irwin R. Shyster. Been coming on the scene here recently. We've seen him in action a couple of times. And he is kicking off this episode of Primetime Wrestling against the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, will be in action at the King of the Ring. Part of that Elite Eight that will compete. The winner, obviously, going to have to compete 3 times in the same night. Win 3 matches, you win the King of the Ring, and you earn that World Wrestling Federation Championship. A shot at that title at SummerSlam, whoever the champion may be at that time. Of course, right now, the current reigning champion, the Ultimate Warrior. IRS making his way into the ring, though, looking to show what he's got against the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, the Macho Man very, very confident about his chances this Sunday at the King of the Ring. Nothing short of guaranteeing victory, and we will definitely see how that plays out. And there's the bell, and we are underway for some Primetime Wrestling. Thanks again for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. Special time, thanks to Mother Nature. But we're going to get you that action one way or another, folks. You can count on that. Right now, IRS go behind on the champ. And Randy Savage able to reverse it with a snapmare into a headlock. And wrenching away at the neck on IRS. IRS with the reversal into a hammerlock. And there's the go behind. Macho Man with the reversal into the hammerlock. And just wrenching that left arm. IRS, though, with a couple of back elbows. That's one way to break it up. Hard right hand and a chop. And snapping Macho Man over. IRS now taking control with a couple big moves. But Macho Man sweeping the leg. Right back on top of things here. Miss Elizabeth out here at ringside. First time we've really seen Miss Elizabeth out here, as the rules for the King of the Ring matches have been no managers, no partners, nobody at ringside, one-on-one matches, no outside interference. And now Macho Man jumping over the top rope and hanging IRS out to dry. With a guillotine, a running guillotine at that. And Macho Man with a knee drop off that top rope. He's going back up. And beckoning for IRS to get back to his feet here. And Macho Man with a crossbody from the top rope. He's got IRS in trouble. You can definitely tell the Macho Man is ready for the King of the Ring. And once again, back up top. IRS getting back to his feet. And Macho Man with a double axe handle off the top rope. A glancing blow, though. IRS shakes it off. And IRS now scooping Macho Man up and slamming him to the ground. IRS to that second turnbuckle. Macho Man trying to get back to his feet and missing with whatever that was, but quickly reversing again. IRS trying to prove something here tonight. And a big boot from the Macho Man, taking IRS down. And now Macho Man was going to try and have his way with IRS, but IRS again just grabbing Macho Man by the head and neck and tossing him across the ring. Macho Man sending IRS off the ropes on a huge spinning back elbow. IRS down to the canvas, trying to get to the outside for a little bit of a breather. Macho Man right back on top of him though, and IRS hangs him out to dry. Little bait and switch there from IRS. And he's going to bring the Macho Man out of the corner the hard way. A lot of great action scheduled here tonight. Obviously, our main event has been in the works for a couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha and Sika are going to defend the WWF Tag Team Championships against Demolition, the current #1 contenders. And there's a diving smash from IRS. He's got the Intercontinental Champion reeling here. And into an armbar. IRS working over that left arm and shoulder on the Macho Man, and Macho Man's got to be careful here. What a unique way of getting out. Macho Man's got to try to avoid getting injured here before the King of the Ring tournament. And there's a pile driver from the Macho Man. Just spiked IRS onto his head and dragging IRS around, and there's a cover. Only a 2 count, though, as IRS able to kick out. Definitely groggy, though, after that pile driver. And there's a forearm smash. Macho Man with IRS in the corner. He's going to scoop and slam, and this could be the beginning of the end. Nope, IRS right back to his feet. Diving crossbody, though, catches him. Macho Man again going up top. Could this be it? He signals for it. Nails him with the elbow drop. And into the cover. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. IRS taken down by the champion here tonight. And you want to know if the Macho Man Randy Savage is ready for the King of the Ring. He just proved it here tonight. Good showing by IRS, though, but the Macho Man just had his number. And it's all over right here. As soon as the Macho Man hits that elbow, there's no getting up from that, folks.
Here is your winner, Macho Man Randy Savage.
All right, the Macho Man picking up a big win here to start things on Primetime, and we're going to keep things rolling.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Ted DiBiase, representing Money Incorporated from Mount Laurel, New Jersey, weighing weighing in at 228 pounds,
The Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow. Set for action here tonight on Primetime. Of course, finally, accompanied to the ring by Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, as they represent Money Incorporated here tonight. The last few weeks, as we've been working our way through the King of the Ring tournament, none of these managers were allowed out here, but DiBiase out here with his man tonight. And still some tension brewing within Money Inc. We haven't really been able to touch on it the last few weeks, but King Kong Bundy lost the $1 Million Championship back at WrestleMania to The Undertaker. And The Undertaker will be in action here tonight as well. But DiBiase cannot be happy that his $1 Million title is not within Money Incorporated. This is going to be a battle of the big men.
And his opponent from Cobb County, Georgia, weighing in at 330 pounds, the Boss Man.
Big Boss Man making his way to the ring. Now he's going to have a tough task ahead of him with Bam Bam Bigelow standing across the ring. Well, we are set to go. And there's the bell, and we're underway. And Boss Man caught Bam Bam right in the stomach with a kick. And the Boss Man with a moonsault off the ropes. Definitely both of these men, not just the Boss Man, but Bam Bam included, some of the most agile big men that we have here in the World Wrestling Federation. And another springboard moonsault. The Boss Man came out here to prove a point tonight, as he's got Bam Bam reeling. Boss Man up to the top rope. You don't often see him up there. And Bam Bam a little far away. Boss Man rethinks his options here, sending Bam Bam into the corner. And there's a scoop and a slam. And the Boss Man going back up high rent. And motioning for Bam Bam to get back to his feet here. And a diving forearm smash. And he's definitely got Bam Bam reeling. Here's Ted DiBiase up on the ropes, trying to cause a distraction. And Bam Bam able to get back on top of things here. Scooping up the Boss Man and slamming him down. And there's a kick right to the head. There's the Boss Man now. Got Bam Bam up. Transition to a fireman's carry and guillotines him on the top rope. And now working over the left leg, trying to take the wheels out from underneath Bam Bam Bigelow. But the Beast back up to his feet with a clothesline and another. And look out. A heel trip there from Bam Bam. And he's going into the cover here, a little delayed. Only going to get a 2 count. He might have been able to put the Boss Man away if he would have gone right into the cover, but hesitated a little bit and ended up paying for it now as the Boss Man back on top of things. Driving Bam Bam off his knee. Face first. And now another diving Superman punch. And both men missing there. But Bam Bam able to recover. Driving the knee into the gut of the Boss Man. And now kicking Boss Man right in the face and just wrenching on that arm into a hammerlock. And he's got the other arm and driving his knee into the spine Referees on a count of 7. These guys got to be careful they don't get counted out. And both men diving back into the ring. Bossman, though, in control first. DiBiase back up onto the apron again. And there's a spear from the Bossman. And that's all she wrote. The Bossman hits the spear.
Here is your winner, the Boss Man.
Big Bossman picking up a win over Money Incorporated, and that's going to drive tensions even higher within Money Incorporated. You got King Kong Bundy losing that $1 million title to The Undertaker, and now you've got Bam Bam on a bit of a losing streak coming out of the King of the Ring tournament. Money Incorporated on their heels here. But we're going to keep things rolling. And we've got the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret Hart, one half of the Hart Foundation in singles action here tonight. Conspicuous by his absence is Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hitman. Will be going solo tonight in some singles competition. And here comes his opponent. The young upcomer Rocky Maivia.
Weighing in at 260 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
Of course, Rocky Maivia locked in an intense feud with Vader over the last few weeks. All stemming back from when Vader attacked Hulk Hogan. And just want to take a moment, Hulkster, if you're out there watching, we want to wish you a speedy recovery. Still unsure of a timeline for a return for Hulk Hogan. But Rocky Maivia set to go up against the Hitman here to start off. And both men staring at each other for a minute. Maivia with a float over into a DDT. And Maivia quick to start things off here against the Hitman. Again, Maivia went after Vader because Vader's the man who put Hogan out of action. And we still don't know, exactly why Vader went after Hogan the way he did. Very much unprovoked. I understand there's an investigation into what happened that night in Cleveland, being spearheaded by the WWF president, Gorilla Monsoon. And Maivia now into a cover. Hitman able to kick out at 1. But as Maivia looks to climb his way through the ranks, he's definitely going to have to be able to take on the likes of people the caliber of the Hitman. So definitely testing himself tonight. The Hitman now with a sleeper hold locked in. And Maivia with a jawbreaker able to break his way out. And another jawbreaker for good measure. He's got the Hitman reeling. And another float over. No, Hitman caught him this time. Went to the well one too many times. And that's rarely going to work on the Hitman. And he makes the youngster pay for it. Only a 1 count. Folks, in just 4 days' time, we are going to be coming to you live this Sunday. Oh, look at that, a belly-to-belly from the youngster here. And a diving. I'm not sure if that was an elbow attempt or what. He caught him, but barely. And the Hitman able to get back up. But Maivia dodging that attack. And a stamp suplex. Perfectly executed from Maivia. as I was saying, folks, we will be coming to you live this Sunday with the culmination of the last 2 months, the King of the Ring tournament. And there's a diving crossbody from the Hitman. We're going to run down that field for you one more time here as this action heats up in the ring. But this Sunday, you're going to see King Kong Bundy taking on Yokozuna. You got Road Warrior Animal taking on the Macho Man, Randy Savage. You got Razor Ramon going up against Dusty Rhodes. And rounding out that Elite Eight in that first round, Earthquake will be taking on Alpha of the Wild Samoans. Also this Sunday, you're going to see that $1 million title defended as The Undertaker puts on a bit of an open challenge. There's no word on who the opponent's going to be. At this point in time, it is unknown. Is DiBiase going to be able to get one of his men into that match to try to bring that title back to to Money Incorporated? And then, of course, we're going to have a big women's title match as Bull Nakano is going to defend the women's title against Sensational Sherry. And look at that, a chop block. As we get back to the action here, it's been back and forth and really a good showing from Maivia. He has held his own against the Hitman, but the Hitman in control right now. And on the apron, and there's a springboard, and he missed. Maivia stepped out of the way. But a Hitman able to recover and nails him with a clothesline. And driving the knee right into the throat. Referees at the count of 6. They got to be careful. They don't want to get counted out here. And Maivia reverses it, sending the Hitman into the ring. And now Maivia following him back in. Hitman was waiting for him. And a big atomic drop. Into the corner. Hitman now corkscrews the leg. And now wrenching away at that left leg. Trying to wear down Maivia for the sharpshooter. And that's it, folks. He tweaked the knee of Maivia, and Maivia wasn't able to get out.
Here is your winner, Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman picking up a win here on Primetime Wrestling. Maivia may have injured that knee.